it's the Mars Night, and welcome back to the Minecraft Prelude SMP. And yes, I'm actually back on, which is really fun. After so much pain and suffering, I managed to get back on and resolve all of the server issues I was having. So all of my intros should be from here from now on, which is really exciting. And I get to show off a little bit more of the builds around here in those intros, which is really great. But on to today's video, where I will be showing the process of updating this little bridge, rambling about the weather, and also working on our enchanting setup, which is going to be really exciting. I'm happy to have a dedicated one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Side note about my comments about the weather. One, I'm sorry. I just ended up talking about the weather. And two, I realized it's a recording from the winter, so yeah, not necessarily that time anymore. It is really, really hot out, which is why I've been struggling with recording. My computer wants to set itself on fire. But I digress. Enjoy the video.
Okay. So it's been a while since I've been in here. Yeah. Let's see. I gotta reorient myself. Oh. It's been so long. What was I doing when I was last on? Oh, it feels like it's been so long. And it kind of has, and I feel bad. But I've had a bit of a family emergency, and it's taken up a lot of my time, which is unfortunate. It's just meant I haven't had a lot of opportunities to jump into Minecraft. And, you know, when I have had some time to myself, which has been very rare, I haven't really felt like doing it. So I'm hoping jumping back in today will reinvigorate my motivation and ability to find time. I am still dealing with a lot of stuff, but hopefully I can pop in now and again to get stuff done. And one of the things that I wanted to get done today, I just wanted to do something small, is this bridge. I really like it, but I'm just still not sure it matches the vibes of everything else in this area. So I'm thinking I want to swap some of the wood out. Just a little, like maybe swap this out for some dark oak, maybe? I think spruce works with what we're doing around here, because there's a little bit of it over there. I think part of it's because it's so close to this build, but also that like we have such a light color in the oak that's really what's throwing it off. You know, I do think the dark oak looks a lot better. I'm honestly generally just not a fan of the way the strip stuff looks here. The strip spruce. I think it looks weird. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but the pattern on it is very you know? I don't know. Something about it has this very green tone in it, and I don't like it. Yeah, I think I really like that. And then I will have to add in... Now, here's a question. I feel like this means I need to throw in some dark oak elsewhere. You know, like it can't just be on these pillars. I think it has to, like, we need to keep the spruce, but I now think the spruce needs to be inner, and then I think the outside needs to have some, I don't think throwing it on the inside would work. So anyway, and you know, I think it's gonna work. I'm really excited. Excited to be back in it. Do I have a bet on me? I do. Yay. But yeah, I'll just go through this and do this. And sleep. I'll eat some bacon. And as I do this, I will not tell you about my personal life and what's been going on in it, but I will say, and I don't mean that in like a a condescending way. I mean, you're not entitled to my personal information, nobody is, but I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean it more in a, that's boring, and I don't think that would be interesting to talk about. Ooh. What I will talk about, which I think is mildly more interesting, is the weather. Which does, now that I say it like that, it doesn't sound great, but no. So I wanted to talk about the weather only because I have lived in Northern Ontario for most of my life, and I see many a winter, and I am versed in the cold. In fact, I heard someone say they visited Canada recently and thought -17 was cold, and it made me chuckle, because obviously to them it would be, because it's not a temperature they're used to or have ever really experienced before, which, you know, it makes sense. I totally get it. But for me, I was just like, ah, yes, a regular winter's day. But one thing I don't often experience being in northern Canada is winter thunderstorms. Yes, that is right. Winter thunderstorms, which do happen, I find typically occur pretty rarely, at least where I live. Maybe in some other parts of Canada, when in the winter it's more common. But at least where I live, they're not very frequent. But today, of all days, there was one, and it took me by surprise. I didn't hear any thunder, but I got in the car to go to work, and bam, thunder, lightning. Or no, I didn't even hear thunder, no. It was just lightning, bam. It was such a shock. I like looked over and I was just like, what just happened? And yeah, it definitely took me by surprise, because I feel like I've experienced one instance of that in my entire life, like a long time ago even. So yeah, it definitely gave me a bit of a surprise, a fright, I guess you could say, a fright, but yeah, it didn't last particularly long. But again, definitely surprised me. But if there are people watching, I'm curious to know, what is the weirdest weather that you've experienced where you live? I'm sure that there are definitely places that experience far weirder things than a winter snowy thunderstorm. So I'm curious to know. And obviously I also know that there are places that have more extreme cold weather than here. I mean, we've had a -42 degrees Celsius day. Which is quite cold. It no lie there. That's cold. But yeah, weather. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those topics that's like, oh, it's the quintessential small talk. But genuinely, I kind of, in some ways, in some respects, find it interesting. Which again sounds probably really dumb, but yeah. Oh, I just realized my sound isn't on very high. Huh. Anyway, I think I have, oh. I thought I hid, I thought I had crafting tables under here. I guess I must have moved them, but I don't remember. Again, it's been a while. It's been a while. I'll have to go outside for one, because I think I want to try and replace some of the other oak and spruce and stuff and just see what I can get away with. And I definitely like, though, to be able to see things along the edges. So I want some other buildings up in this area. I'm just not sure what to put in this area yet. But things are definitely coming together and more things are popping up, and I'm liking it. Now, onto this. I really liked the moss, and part of the reason I initially wanted to use the moss was because I wanted it to sort of act as a bit of a transition, because, you know, there's this bridge, and then coming over here, I want to keep this pumpkin patch because I think it's cute. It's one of the first things that I've done here. Very neat. However, I wanted it to then transition to there being a, like right in this little area, there being a little apiary, so a little bee farm over here next to the pumpkin patch. And having this be like a very natural, cute little area, or more like maybe style it like a greenhouse. And I thought that would be very cute, and I wanted to, in the roof, use yellow blocks. So if you recall, quite a few episodes ago now, probably one of the first ones. Oh no. I didn't mean to do that. Oh. Oops. Oh, I'll fix it later. I don't have a honey. I should probably stop running around my pumpkin patch. I'll just destroy things when I'm talking. But no, so what I wanted to, like, you might have noticed in one of the previous videos before we were going to go to the Nether for the first time. I can't remember which video that was. But, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 maybe, potentially, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, I was going with Navy to do the skeleton farm. And I commented that, oh, I need gold. And I said this to her as I'm holding some raw gold. And I don't know if anybody else caught on to that, but when I was editing it and I was rewatching it later, I was like, oh, that probably looks really bad. It's like, I need gold, Navy. And I mean, just holding this pile of gold that I could easily smelt into ingots for stuff. However, the reason I wasn't smelting it was still a very selfish reason, so sorry, Navy. The reason I didn't want to smelt it is because I wanted to turn them into raw gold blocks, because the roof of this like little bee house apiary thing I want it to be kind of a gold gradient, a yellow gradient, and I wanted to have the gold in there mixed with some honey blocks and some other things like that. So that's sort of why I was holding on to it, and that's sort of what I want here. And I thought that the moss would be a nice transition, because we're going from this very like dark area with lots of bold color, and I wanted to go into more of like a sort of green space and a sort of more natural kind of set of colors, and I thought the green would help. And I do like the moss roof, but now that I've thrown in the darker colors, I feel like the roof isn't dark enough. Like I don't know what color I would make it if not green. The answer's always copper, but I don't want to do copper. Like I look at it and I think copper would be perfect for this. But I don't want to do copper. I feel like it's a cop out. I need to find something else. Warp I think is too maybe I should try replacing just a bit and seeing how I feel about it. Where is this? This is what I was considering. Obviously not staying like this. I will, yay, okay. I don't know, I think this kind of works. I think I like that, actually. I think the color works better. I mean, there's a lot of green around here, if you haven't noticed. So maybe that was what was throwing it off too. It's just there was too much. And I think that this way, it's a pop of color. I think it really stands out a lot more. And I think it fits in with the accidental, magical, enchanted theme we got going here. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, no, I think that really works. I am very much going to need to grow more of that wood, though. I should not have turned it into planks. I didn't know. I didn't realize. Oh, wait, we have glowstone. I wanted to show you. I think I briefly touched on this in the last episode, or one of the previous episodes anyway. That glowstone has some really cool options in here. And it does, look at these. They look so gorgeous. Oh, it's so smooth. I love this one. This is the best one. This one's pretty too. I think it could work in, like, honestly, I could think that could work in medieval. These are cool. What else do we have? These look very sci-fi. I think that's very cool. This is interesting, but not for me. Nether glowstone. These are cool. Oh, these would look good in a lantern, like a post, a lamp post. This is cool. Oh, so pretty. That is just, I don't know, like if I was doing a, like I think in a Mediterranean or maybe like a build with a lot of quartz, I feel like this could work really well in. That is to say, this is cool. And I don't know what I'll use it for yet exactly. But, I mean, these just look like gold blocks, honestly. A lot of these do, so, like, that's so cool. These could be really good for lampposts. Anyway, very neat, very neat. Enough gushing about that, though. Ooh, wait, I wonder if... Bee nest. No. Bee nest. No, I guess what would you put a bee nest in? But that would be cool. If you could change the look of the bee nest. Anyway, I'll go put the glowstone back and stop getting distracted. Okay. And these are so... Oops. Oops. Get back in there. Huh. And then I gotta get out my hope. Wow. Oh, this one grew really tall. Oh, maybe I'll start at the top of this one. Oh boy. No, I did not swap that actually. What the heck? If only these warp blocks had more of a purpose. So this is kind of nice. And you know what? The fact that I missed this one, excellent, because then I can just grow this back. Perfect. Oh. Ow. Oh, that scared me. I had a little heart attack. That was totally my own fault too. That was so stupid. I feel like half of my mini heart attacks in this game are my own fault. Whoops. I knew I shouldn't have stood too close. I even said that earlier. I have not to stand too close to the thing. So if you didn't know trees could suffocate you if you stand too close, now you knew. Wouldn't that have been a way to go? Oh my gosh. How did you lose your last spider life? I got suffocated by a tree. Of my own, like, on my own. Like, that was my fault. Wasn't even a good tree. It's so tiny. Look at it. It's too small. Too small. I feel like it fits in a lot better. Yeah. Something a little more purple on the roof would have been nice to kind of go with that, but I think it works. I like it. It's a cute bridge. I need to outline where a build is going to go.
So that is the video, and that is the Enchanting tree build, and I'm quite pleased with it. I think the tree needs some work. I'm not very that great with organics, especially trees, but I love how the inside turned out. I love how the cave looks underneath. I love the roots from hanging from the ceiling. It just all feels so great and, I don't know, cozy to some degree, which is really exciting. And it seems like the enchanting table, even though I had to fiddle with it a bit, is getting level 30 enchantments, so that's really great too. I'm super happy about that. And I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to making another video and seeing you guys in the future. So awesome. Like, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. Okay, bye!